Good evening. It is 2024. I haven't seen you guys since last year. Ha ha ha. Hey Sim, what's up? All right, so I'm loaded in at Winslow. This is in Arizona. I just picked a random airport, as I tend to do. Got the dog is in the cockpit. I'm in the SR-22, and we're gonna try out. Oh, the sim is freezing. Good start so far. We're gonna try out the SayIntentions beta right now. I have used it here and there over the last week or two, and it's changing so often. Like there's so many improvements, and you know the beta team's doing bug reports and all that, so it's constantly evolving. But yeah, it's cool to try it out for the first time on stream, see how it goes. Hopefully I don't say anything dumb, but I'm sure I will at some point. Especially because I fly VFR so often, and SayIntentions is specifically, at least right now, for VFR flying only. They do have plans to do IFR in the future, I believe, but for now, just VFR. So it's a bit of a change compared to all the IFR flying that I'm used to doing. Dad jokes already in the new year. What's up, Josh? Hey, Sierra. Sierra says there's a souvenir shop in Winslow that plays nothing but the Eagles. Nice. Hey, Mike. What's up? Hey, Hunters. Sim says I just purchased the PA-34. Do I know what that is? What is the 34? I'm going to go Googling. Oh, the Seneca. Okay, yeah. Wait, is that the... There's just a Carenado version of the PA-34, right? I haven't had the Seneca. I forget if I have the Seneca or... What's the other twin? There's another Cirrus... Or another Cessna twin. Oh, hey, right on cue. The dog knows I'm streaming, so it begins. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve and Steve. What's up, guys? All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started up. I'm going to just get the battery on for now. Actually, I might as well get the whole plane started. I'm just going to hit Control-E, give it a quick start. I don't know what's faster, starting it manually or starting with Control-E, because you just flip like a few switches, put the mixture to rich, which it's not because of my throttle quadrant. There we go. Choose your tank, and then you're ready to go. I think we should have fuel pump on boost for takeoff, I guess. And then flaps will be at 50%. All right, let me see what we got for our flight plan here. Hit home, and then hit flight plan. All right, so I have a direct route. And I just picked these airports at random. They're not too far from each other. 90 miles should be pretty quick in the SR-22T. And these are both in Arizona. This is Winslow and then Window Rock. I just picked them at completely random, with the exception of what I did was I went to, let's see, I went over to, let me bring up Sky Vector. I went over to Sky Vector and just had zoomed out and took a look at all of the METAR dots. So I just looked for an area that's green representing VFR. So just making sure we're not getting into crazy clouds or weather, which would be a little tricky when you're trying to fly VFR. Or, you know, illegal when you're trying to fly VFR. Chris says the Winslow airport code should be Carl. Wasted opportunity. Hey, Schwartz, what's up? How fast is the Cirrus? What are we cruising the Cirrus at? Like a little under 200 knots, I think. Something like that. All right. So we just have a direct route. And let's see. Sky Vector actually, the flight plan it gave me based on some real world routes were to go to these waypoints. Casti, Victor 95, and then Dexter. So I'll go ahead and put those in. All right. So FMS knob, bring this up and put in Casti. KSTI, hit enter, and then we're joining the Victor 95 and exiting at Dexter. So we hit menu to add an airway, load airway, choose the Victor 9, what is the Alpha 596? What the heck? I have never seen that before. A596. All right, well, let's just put in the next waypoint then. We'll just put in Dexter. I've never seen that before. Definitely heard of Tango and Quebec Airways, but definitely not Alpha. All right. It is DEXTR. All right, we'll go ahead and zoom out here, make sure that nope, that route is definitely not right. Casti. Oh, CASTI, I made a typo. Let's try this again. And that's why I couldn't find that airway probably. Okay, not Costa Rica, but we're gonna choose Southwest USA. Let's go ahead and grab Casti and clear that. And then let me try the airway again. We'll clear Dexter. That's why I couldn't find the actual airway. Menu, activate, or sorry, load airway. Looks like we're running into some G1000 bugs. Look, it's not selecting the airway drop down. So let's try this again. I think it might be because I highlighted the waypoint. There we go, Victor 95. Then we should be able to choose Dexter as our exit here. There we go, Dexter. All right, perfect. Steve says, oh, there are two Steves, but one of them is just finishing lunch. Is that a super late lunch, or is it much earlier where you are? Hey, Delta, what's up? Steve says, for those using mini FCU with Honeycomb, he uploaded a 3D printable adapter. Oh yeah, I think I saw you put that in Discord. That's awesome, man. I don't have the mini FCU. I know it's it looks pretty slick. I think I saw V1 using it in one of his streams. Since I don't fly the airliners, it's not really a piece of hardware I would pick up, but it looks really slick. All right, that's all set up. So let's go ahead and get dialed up into the tower here. I'm going to bring up Navigraph. I'm going to use it in the sim. Even though this panel version is a little bit buggy, it's just a little easier to show it here. We'll load the flight plan that is detected in the sim, in the G1000. It's giving me this those messages every time I load it about new stuff. And let's go ahead and change over to the VFR map. I can also use the sectionals. Sometimes I'll switch between the sectionals and the VFR map that Navigraph has. One of the reasons why I like using the VFR map instead of the actual FAA sectionals is just so you can zoom all the way in to get the airport diagram. Hey Cyber, what's up? Alright, so it's been a bit since I've flown VFR, really. I've just been getting back into it when testing out SayIntentions, so we'll see how this goes. Pretty much the same kind of thing, except obviously we need to avoid all clouds. If there's any airspace that we're going to need to get into, like a Bravo, for example, we're going to need to ask for permission or get permission to transition into Bravo airspace, or we can avoid that airspace. And the same goes with Charlie or Delta airspace, except as soon as you establish two-way communication with ATC, meaning they read your call sign to you, that basically establishes communication and clears you implicitly into the Charlie or Delta airspaces. So we don't have to worry about those. But in this case, we're flying a pretty simple route. We're going to be in class Echo airspace, which basically means everywhere. And I believe it's still class Echo over here as well. Yeah, so this should be a fairly simple route. And then for the next one, I'll try to find like a Delta and a Charlie maybe to fly to. So we'll give it a quick run here on this short route. And then we'll find something a little more complicated second. What's up, Raccoon? Hey, Soul, what's up? Speaking of Soul, thanks for rejoining a few days ago as a member, dude. I know it doesn't give notifications when you guys like re-up for another month of membership, but I can look that up and it tells me like who rejoined recently. So I see Soul and Kevo, so thanks so much for rejoining again for another month, guys. Appreciate it. All right, pitot heat required. Let's go ahead and turn that on then. Parking brake is on. Turn our landing and strobe on for now. And we'll go ahead and contact ATC. So what we're going to do is take a look at the airport information diagram. And I'm going to intentionally, maybe partially out of laziness, but not even show you guys the UI for SayIntentions, because the entire point of it is that you don't need to use the UI at all. You guys know that I've tried out like Pilot to ATC, Pro ATC, FS HUD, of course VATSIM, Pilot Edge. I've used pretty much all the ATC solutions out there, human and non-human. And I've had the best luck with FS HUD until this point. But this is the first kind of AI-powered ATC that I've used, and it's kind of awesome to not have to go and click anything. You literally just say everything. Other ATC software I've used, like the Pro ATC SR, which is the speech recognition version, and Pilot to ATC, neither one of them had good speech recognition. So in the little bit I've already used SayIntentions, it is vastly superior for the actual analyzing of what I'm saying to it. I do like FS HUD for its simplicity, but you know, we're coming up to the era of AI powered ATC, and so you know, we're all pretty excited for it, I think. All right, so here we have the chart pulled up for Winslow, where we're at right here in Arizona. I'm going to dial into the ASOS frequency. Go ahead and listen in to the weather and note that down real quick. So it's 118.875. Let's get that in up here. I'll just use my comm radio for now. 118.875. All right, and we'll listen into the ATIS.
Your tree. Dew point A. Altimeter tree 019er. Advise on initial contact, you have information Papa.
All right, information Papa. I got the altimeter.
Lindbergh Regional Airport Automated Surface Observation System information Papa. 1827 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Temperature tree. Dew point A. Altimeter tree 019er. Advise on
all right, we're good on information
contact,
Papa.
Information Papa.
So we got Papa. This is an ASOS, not an ATIS, so we don't have any information for the airport specifically. All we have is the observed weather. So we basically just have the numbers now. Information Papa and 3019 on the altimeter. And actually that was already set by the SR22 for us. It does it automatically. Schwartz says, can you change the AI sound? You can decide, well, there's two different things. There is the ATIS voices, which are different. They're more automated sounding, like that one, more robotic since it's an automatically generated thing. But it also has a group, I don't know exactly how many. I think there might be 10-ish voices that it's using right now. So we'll hear a bunch of different voices while we're flying along. And in addition to the voices we hear for ATIS, there's an option that's on by default called chatter. And that basically simulates other random chatter that's happening on frequency. So that chatter is not like specific to the runway, the airport you're at, anything like that. Oh, Liam says 20 voices right now. Okay, 20 voices then. And that chatter is optional, but it basically simulates the, you know, software like ATC chatter, if you've ever used that. I've used those programs which have like real chatter, but this is all AI generated chatter. So it's just meant to fill in the air, make it feel a little more realistic. All right, ATIS is set. So if you guys have never flown VFR, essentially you can choose to have what's called flight following or not. Either way, you're going to need permission from the ground controllers. In this case, I don't think there's a ground controller. I think this is an untowered airport. We have Albuquerque Center. We have a Unicom, and then Prescott Radio, which is basically like a CTAF frequency. So I think we're just going to be announcing our intentions on the CTAF frequency, 122.6. So I'm going to dial that in. 122.6. I'll put that in. And then after that, what we're going to do is we'll call up Albuquerque Center once we get it in the air, and we'll get flight following to our destination. So I'll put in 127.675 as our standby frequency. 27.675. There we go. And for the next flight, we'll do something where we have a ground controller, tower clearance, all that stuff. We'll try to get a variety going here tonight. All right, so that's all set, and I think we're good. So as far as the wind, it said wind is calm, so we should probably go over to just the best runway for our intended direction of flight, which is to the northeast. So I'm going to go down to, I guess we'll do runway 4 down here, 045 on the heading. I'm going to go ahead and set up our heading bug down here to 045 in advance. All right, 045. And then I did a quick flight plan using SkyVector. It estimated 8,000 feet for the route, so we're going to do 8,500. We're headed, actually we're going to the east, so we'll do 9,500. East should be odd in thousands, and then we tack on an additional 500 for a VFR friendly altitude. When we call in for flight following, it's almost like calling in for an IFR flight plan, only the only things they really are going to give us potentially are an altitude. We need to tell them what altitude that we intend to fly at instead of them assigning one to us, but they may change it. And then they're basically going to give us traffic advisories and also let us know once we get close to our destination airport. They can help us out with other things too, like getting the nearest altimeter setting, or, you know, they'll call out traffic separation for us and things like that. But it is optional. We don't necessarily need to get flight following. It's kind of like IFR light. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the parking brake and we'll taxi over to runway 4. I see a DC-3. Is that our boy Chris? We will find out. Oh, it's Raccoon. Wait, is that a DC-3? D-18S. It's a D-18S. I don't know anything about plane type designators, plane codes. All right, over runway 4, down here to the southwest. 7,500 foot runway. So we've got our altimeter set based on the ASOS. We got our cruise altitude set. Oh, and I should be. Is somebody in a Juice Goose right here? Yes. Can we get a follow me car, actually? Let me slow down a little bit. We can get a little follow me car going on. I should be announcing my my movement on the ground, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that here, like CTAF style. Winslow traffic. Cirrus 63 Echo is taxiing to runway 4. Winslow. Flight following gives traffic advisory, but they're kind of borked at this second.
Aircraft, be advised, nobody is listening on this frequency near your position.
Nobody's listening on this frequency near our position. Not sure why it tells us that, but it might be that I'm using an invalid frequency. There's also the Unicom on 122. Oh yeah, it says CTAF, so that's my problem. I'm using the wrong frequency. So 122.8 is what I should be using. Let's flip-flop that. 122.8, and then I'll announce it again. A little late on the announcement, but I'm sure the AI will forgive me or yell at me. All right, 1228. Let's try that again. Winslow traffic, Cirrus 63 Echo, taxiing to runway 4, Winslow. What's up, JJ? Welcome, dude. All right, I should be on the CTAF now. So we might hear some chatter in the background. I have the rate of the chatter set pretty low, so I might need to change that later. But for now, it's at like a 30% setting on the little slider that you have in the options. All right, change the GPS mode down here. And once we take off, we're gonna make our turn around to, looks like to the right, maybe a little bit safer, to get onto course up to the northeast. No one cares at untowered anyway. Yeah. I mainly want to get connected to the CTAF just in case there's some chatter on it. And you can hear people calling out their intentions, you know, their position and stuff like that.
Diamond 619er Kilo Echo departing southbound straight out.
See, there you go. So the CTAF is more generalized, as is all of the chatter, but that's considered chatter, which happens just in the background to fill the air. It's not going to have like super realistic runways and stuff like that called out based on where you actually are. It's just there to make it feel a little more realistic. Just feel a little less lonely, you know? Rizwan says, how do you change the type of plane you're using in a discovery flight? Oh, what do you mean a discovery flight, Riz? Oh, I see. The Discovery Flight activities in Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't think you can. I believe it forces you to use a specific plane. Oh, you were talking about real life. Got it, Leo. JJ says, I'm assuming this replaces the in-game ATC. So actually, the in-game ATC technically still exists. I just have it turned off. So what I've done is just gone into the general settings and turn all text-to-speech off in the entire sim. Generally, when you're using an ATC replacement, And the same goes for if you're using something like VATSIM. What you want to do is you want to get rid of all ATC that's going to conflict with that, right? You only want to hear the ATC you intend to use. So generally, yeah, with VATSIM or with any other third-party ATC solution like this, you're going to turn off ATC completely in your settings so you don't hear double ATC. Yeah, the chatter is pretty cool. You can actually disable it if it you know, distracts you or there's too much of it. All right, so we're going to line up here on runway 4 and depart to the northeast. Go ahead and check left and right. We just have some friends at the other end of the runway. Winslow traffic, Cirrus 63 Echo is entering runway 4 for departure to the northeast. Winslow. All right, let's turn our boost pump on. Let's get our flaps set. Should have done that already. There we go. All right, so 8,000 feet was our safe altitude for this flight. We're going to do 9,500 to be a VFR-friendly eastbound flight. All right, let's go ahead and give it full power. The power of the SR-22. I do want to fly, you know, off stream I've been flying and learning how to fly the Comanche finally. But for this, I just want to use something a little more familiar, so I got my trusty G1000 in my hands. All right, gonna trim out here a little bit. 107 knots already. Go ahead and get my flaps up. Going 700 feet per minute. All right, let's go ahead and close this airport diagram, make this a little bit smaller. And I think I have auto mixture turned on. I actually turn that off really quickly. I had some assistance options turned on for video that I just published, so I'll turn those off now. Auto mixture off and aircraft lights off. There we go. All right, we're about 1,000 feet up. Go ahead and turn on autopilot. Turn on heading mode and flight level change mode. Let me make my final call here. Winslow traffic, Cirrus 63 Echo has departed to the northeast. Final call, Winslow. All right, let's go ahead and get onto our route. I don't know why I have the HSI map turned on. I never use this, but you know, changing things up today, I guess. All right, we're actually already pretty much en route, so I'm going to switch over to navigation mode, let autopilot take us up to 9,500 feet. We'll look at our fuel flow here, just make sure that our mixture is set to keep us in this little green band. Thanks to the Perspective Plus, this thing is nuts. Okay, now that we're up, let's go ahead and call up to the center frequency, Albuquerque Center on 27,675. So we'll switch over here off the CTAF frequency and try to get some flight following here from Albuquerque Center. We'll give it like 10 seconds, make sure we're not going to step on anybody. All right, let's talk to Albuquerque. I'm still intimidated talking to, even though it's AI ATC, I'm just like, but much less scary than VATSIM for sure. Albuquerque Center, Cirrus 6063 Echo, looking for a flight following to Widow Rock, Kilo Romeo Quebec Whiskey at 9,500 feet. So I'm gonna get ready to write down the instructions they give us. They're gonna give us a squawk code. Should actually be on...
Cirrus 63 Echo Squawk 1552 and ident.
All right, 1552 and ident. Squawk 1552 and ident, Cirrus 63 Echo. All right, transponder, we're gonna go put our code in here, 1552, and then we're gonna hit ident. We're gonna turn on altitude reporting mode actually. Now we're gonna hit ident. That's gonna flash us on his scopes so he can find us. And hopefully we'll hear back from him with some flight following information like our altitude confirmation, all that kind of stuff. All right, we're leveling off here at 9,500 feet. Let's go ahead and pull our power back to like 75% or so. And with the Cirrus, we can just pull back to this little blue, this little teal line here. That'll give us a Lena peak setting for our engine. Be really nice to our engine today. All right. Pull back to about 75% power. All right, so we squawked and idented. It looks like we're on with Phoenix Center, actually, according to the UI. Let me go ahead and ask for our cruise altitude again. I'm going to say Albuquerque Center and see what happens. Albuquerque Center, Sirius 63 Echo would like flight following to Window Rock Airport. I should be giving it like our plane type, our equipment code, and all that stuff. But we'll see what it says now. Maybe it doesn't like me. Well, that's weird. It actually didn't. It hasn't sent my message. Let me try it again. So it has like the UI has a transcript basically, and it doesn't have the message that I sent. But I thought I hit it again. Let me try it again. Actually, let me call it Phoenix Center just to see if that's the problem. Phoenix Center, Sirius 63 Echo would like flight following to Window Rock Airport, Romeo, Quebec Whiskey. Just giving it the airport code there to help it find the right airport. Yeah, even though the plate here, the airport information says Albuquerque Center, we are in Arizona, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's more accurate that it's Phoenix. And our destination airport is actually also a CTAF frequency. Yeah, it's actually not giving me... I'm not getting the wheel or anything like that. Let me hit... Try saying VFR request. Alright, we can try that. Phoenix Center, Sirius 6063 Echo, VFR request. Yeah, it's basically, it's showing, it's transcribing what I'm saying correctly, and then it sends it off. Every now and then I've had it where it'll like, it's almost like squeezing a hose, you know, and then all of a sudden someone like lets go and all the previous messages finally come in. They're like, blah, 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 and like 3 of them will come in a row. So that's happened to me a few times. But looking at the UI, it does show that we have our assigned altitude and the destination is correct. But for some reason, we're just not hearing back from them right now. Let me try to reset the ATC and we'll see what it does here. There's a reset button. You can kind of start over. Let me see if that gets us any luck. Phoenix Center, Sirius 6063 Echo, VFR request. Hey Sebastian, what's up? No, we're trying out an AI ATC program called SayIntentions. It's coming out in a couple weeks. I have a link to their website in the description.
Echo, say your request.
Sirius 63 Echo would like flight following to Window Rock Airport, Kilo Romeo Quebec Whiskey at 9,500 feet. We are a Sirius SR22 slant Golf. All right, so it replied to us that time, so we'll see how it goes.
Sirius 63 Echo Squawk 3715 and ident.
All right, 3715. So we got a different squawk code than before, but we reset it. Squawk 3715 ident Sirius 63 Echo. So transponder code 3715. And then ident. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get our ASOS frequency for our destination airport up here. I think this is one of the bugs I've run into pretty regularly, is after getting the squawk and the ident, it doesn't really reply to me. And I think this might be something just because we're leaving an untowered airport. I feel like I've had a lot more luck when we're actually using an untowered airport, or a towered airport that has clearance, ground, and all that, and get flight following when we're on the ground. How much are they charging? I think their announcement said they're aiming for between $15 and $25 a month, because the cost of using AI like ChatGPT and stuff like that, those requests are pretty costly, so it sounds like it's going to be most likely a subscription model. But they did say that there's going to be like a free trial of sorts. Getting the same thing. Oh, Liam is pretty high on the list to fix. Okay, got it. Phoenix Center. Blah, blah, blah. That's a real experience right there. Let me cancel that one. Cancel that request. Phoenix Center Cirrus 63 Echo would like flight following to Window Rock Airport at 9,500 feet. I'm not sure if it received the ident. It does.
63 Echo radar contact 20
Okay, there we
miles
go.
northeast of Winslow, Lindbergh. Maintain 9,500. Proceed direct to Window Rock Airport, KRQW.
All right, maintain 9,500 feet direct to Window Rock Airport. Thanks, Cirrus 63 Echo. Okay, there we go. So it replied that time. Yeah, I think maybe doing it from an untowered airport is probably the issue here, but it looks like it's good now. So they said radar contact 28 miles northeast of Winslow, where we departed from. Maintain 9,500. All right, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead and get the ASOS for Window Rock here in our COM 2 radio this time. Let's do 118.325. All right, 325 and COM 2. Not sure if I need to turn on. Probably need to turn on COM 2 monitoring. All right, so we might be a little far from it. So for now, I can check the METAR, see if one is available. Yeah, we got one here. So we're getting winds are 160 at 3, 10 miles of visibility and clear, -1 on the temperature, 3021 on the altimeter. But I have it set for COM 2 right down here, so we'll wait to see if we pick that up. All right, 75% power, and we got 5 miles until the waypoint Casti. We're gonna turn a little bit to the east when we hit Dexter, and then we'll be there towards our destination. So I'm gonna do something that you can't do, and I've actually never done this with SayIntentions, but I'm gonna go to double speed right now, time acceleration. Something that you can't do in, well, maybe you can do it in VATSIM. I've never tried to do it on VATSIM. I know on Pilot Edge, you can request to use time acceleration if you want, and they'll approve it. And they'll tell you, which waypoint you can accelerate to. It's really nice when, when whatever ATC you use respects your time. And what's nice about this is we can just hit escape and pause it whenever we want, come back an hour later and continue our flight. No pressure to do everything in real time, so it's a little nice of a change. All right, making that right turn a little bit to get towards Dexter. And I notice I'm also not really hearing much chatter right now either. Let me turn the chatter rate up a little bit. I'm going to turn it up to the 50% mark. See if we hear some things here. After this, I'll go somewhere a little more populated, I guess. This is kind of in the middle of nowhere a little bit. So I'll probably go somewhere like... probably somewhere in California. We can go through like Santa Barbara or something like that, which is a Class Charlie. I haven't yet braved the LAX Bravo airspace transition with SayIntentions yet. All right, so we're going double speed here. On our way to Dexter. And let's go ahead and get a procedure loaded in for our arrival. or VFR, but I'm just gonna use my autopilot. All right, say approach. So we got a LPV approach. Let's do the visual for runway 3, straight in. And we'll just load that. No need to activate yet. All right, there we go. Try Kennedy or O'Hare. Yeah, we could try a really big airport. I've mostly been staying at smaller ones, using smaller ones, but yeah, and the SR-22 is fast enough too. Maybe it's a little realistic we would fly out over a larger airport. Double speed may negate the AI. I'm not sure. I think it's constantly sending like our position and speed information and all that, but I actually haven't used time acceleration yet. So we'll see how it behaves. Not Boston right now. Josh is glitching ahead. He's catching up to us. What's up, Josh? Oh, slew mode drives it nuts. Yeah, I haven't messed with acceleration or slew mode. But I want to kind of just accelerate this one to be done with it so we can move on to something a little more interesting since we're just on 2 CTAF frequencies right here. It will be interesting to see if they give us a heads up on us getting to our destination though. So it should give us a heads up, like, you know, something like the Window Rock Airport is 15 miles to your northeast, report the field in sight. And then once we have it in sight, then they'll terminate our flight following. They'll have a squawk VFR, switch over to the CTAF frequency and land. Oh, thanks, Sil. Yeah, I finally put out another Garmin video. Took a while. I just wanted to make something that, like, I'm excited about, which is, like, as you guys know, all of the automation stuff is the stuff I'm obsessed with. Like,
Observation System Information Hotel.
and we got a lot of VHF noise on this one. I actually couldn't tell what it said. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Oh, Information Hotel. So I made out 3021 on the altimeter in Information Hotel, but because we're so far away from it, we're getting this VHF like noise. So we're gonna go ahead and wait just a little bit longer and tune in again. But I've made out Information Hotel and altimeter 3021. So yeah, we'll go ahead and wait till we get a little bit closer. And we're back in real time now. And looks like we have just some terrain here up ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and just update our baro right now. All right, we're intending to land on runway 3 here at Window Rock. All right, so once again, yeah, we just have a CTAF frequency, so I should have picked an airport that has a tower to start. And it looks like runway 3 has Pappies on the left side, it says. 3-degree angle to the runway. Turbulence may be experienced in the vicinity of airport. Runway 21 is a right traffic pattern. All right, airport elevation is 6742. So our top of descent says 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and get set up for that. And let's see what it says for our... Actually, let's go ahead and, since we're past our last waypoint, let's go ahead and activate the approach. Go to procedure. Activate approach. That'll take us to that straight waypoint. All right, top of descent in 6 minutes now. And it's got us estimated to be at 7,500 feet when we get to the final fix. So we'll go ahead and bring our altitude down to 7,500 feet and arm VNAV. Nice, this plane has acceleration for the altitude selection. All right, 7,500 feet, go down here and hit VNAV. So we're prepped for that descent. Now let's go ahead back to double time, just to save a little time. All right, then runway 3 is there, and let's see, is there any parking depicted here? It looks like maybe here on the northeast end of the airport, there's a little spot to park up here. Looks like there's a closed taxiway. Hey Seth, what's up? Yo, Kevo. You sound like, do I like the SR22 these days? Yeah, it got updated. I mean, I just picked something that has a G1000, something I'm a little more familiar with. I really want to fly, and I have been flying the Comanche quite a bit off stream, so I'm getting a little more confident in that. The plane is amazing. So I'll probably be in that maybe on Thursday, but for today I decided just to fly the SR22. Looks like I've had the boost fuel pump on that entire time. Fuel imbalance warning, so I switched over to the other tank. Way too late. Sebastian says, what are some ATC programs you would recommend to beginners? I mean, this one is coming out in a few weeks. I know they're doing some kind of a wait list for it. So if you go to their website and sign up for the wait list, that's one option. I would say that if you want something that actually recognizes your speech, I mean, right now for me, this is the #1 option. I have tried the other ones that recognize your speech, and I had very bad experiences with them, so I wouldn't recommend getting Pro ATC or Pilot to ATC. If you want something right now, I've had a good experience with FS HUD, but it doesn't do voice recognition. So you have to use the UI and click buttons. But it's pretty good. And then, of course, you could use VATSIM if you make your way up to it. But yeah, as far as AI ATC, I genuinely am looking forward to all of the AI ones. And SayIntentions is focusing on VFR flights to start. All right, 2 minutes until our top of descent here. Power settings still look good. Looks like we have like our, where's our red dome light in this thing? Is it down here? Oh, our nav light is off. Whoops. Is this the dome light? Yeah, there we go. All right. We'll see how it does with my Kiwi accent. Yeah, I think some people on the beta team have accents as well, so they've been testing that kind of stuff, I think. And I'm not certain. I think it might only be for the United States right now. I'm not sure. I haven't tried any kind of global, any kind of airports outside of the US with SayIntentions yet. All right, 20 seconds till top of descent. I went back to real time now, so we're at 1x speed. We'll just make sure that it starts descending once we hit our top of descent here. And if I don't hear from the ATC, if I don't hear from that center controller, I'll just tell them that we have the field in sight. All right, here's VPath. Let's go ahead and tell him that we are starting our VFR descent. Phoenix Center, Sirius 63 Echo is starting our VFR descent. So we were assigned to 9,500, so we need to give them a heads up that we are leaving that altitude assignment.
Sirius 63 Echo, understood. Maintain VFR at or above 7,500 feet for traffic.
Maintain VFR at or above 7,500 feet. Sirius 63 Echo. All right, so you'll notice they actually ended up giving us the same altitude that we're heading down to. And let me pull my throttle out a bit. So they gave us 7,500 feet, so we need to be at or above 7,500, which was our intention anyway. And it looks like we're about 800 feet above the ground right now, so we just need to keep an eye out for this terrain up ahead. Since we're using the visual approach, this is not giving us any guarantee. All right, we have the field in sight right there. Sirius 63 Echo has the window rock field in sight. All Alright, I'm getting our mixture back to rich. Pull back.
Cirrus 6 Tree Echo, roger for landing.
Okay, he said roger for landing. I'm expecting him to tell us to switch over to the CTAF frequency. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that myself. Cirrus 6 Tree Echo is ready to switch over to the CTAF frequency. 122.8. And I have that in here. Make sure we change it back to the right comm frequency. Yeah, I'm back to 1x sim rate again.
Cirrus 6 Tree Echo, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Cirrus 6-3 Echo. Alright, switching over here. Let's disconnect our autopilot. Window Rock traffic, Cirrus 6-3 Echo is on a 2-mile final for runway 3, Window Rock. Alright, so another CTAF frequency. We're going to go ahead. Get slowed down. Yeah, I'm coming in a little too high. It's telling me to put my flaps down. I'm very, very high.
500.
We have Pappies on the left, and I'm just way too high. There's one red. All right, there's two red. Give it a little more throttle. A little bit fast. All right, not too bad. All right, on the brakes. That was a little bit of a slip needed there to pull it down way too fast. But that's a norm for me. Just chop and drop. Dude, Liam. My God, thanks so much for the 20 gifted, dude. You're crazy. Can't even read the chat that was on the screen. It's gone now. All right, let's go all the way to the end of this runway. Window Rock traffic. Cirrus 6-3 Echo is taxiing to parking. Window Rock. I should have said that we're taxiing, back taxiing, so they know we're still on the runway. Congratulations to everybody that got a gifted. Enjoy your little mustachioed badge. Thanks again, Liam, dude. Really appreciate it, man. All right, so we'll just get over here, turn the plane off, and load into a towered airport this time to try something a little more interesting. We'll get a bit more ATC action at a towered airport. It's always best when it's happening during landing. As I scramble to look over at the chat and everything. What's up, Creamers? You caught the tail end of your recommendations for ATC. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, regardless of if I had access to this beta, I would be looking most forward to any AI ATC product. And this one is, SayIntentions is specialized in VFR to start. Which graphics card resolution? I'm running in 1440p and a 4080, NVIDIA 4080. And I have frame generation turned on, and I'm mostly at ultra settings. All right, let's give it a call here. Winslow traffic, Cirrus 6-3 Echo is clear of runway 3, Window Rock. All right, we'll give it a super quick parking job and shutdown here. So many kazoos. All right, I'll just give it a quick shut off and we'll find another airport to load into. There we go. All right, and back to the main menu. All right, let's go find something towered this time. Let's go. I'm a little more familiar with California airspace, California airports, so go ahead and fly. It'd be nice to fly either into Santa Barbara or out of Santa Barbara, which is a smaller class Charlie. All right, let's go ahead and can either fly to or from Santa Barbara. Let me actually double check on the weather. Let's go over here and clear our flight plan on SkyVector. Let's go just look at the METARs over here, real world. So Santa Barbara's VFR, and it looks like to the south we've got some like marginal VFR. down here. So we should go, or marginal IFR, or marginal VFR, I mean. So we should go to the north maybe. We can do something like Santa Maria to Santa Barbara. That should be pretty good. So I'll put in Santa Maria SMX, and then we'll flip it. All right, runway 30 for Santa Barbara, but we'll start at parking because we want to get, or sorry, at Santa Maria. We'll start at parking, and we'll do daytime, and we'll keep with the SR-22. Actually, let's do San Luis Obispo. It's a little too short of a flight. It's only 38 minutes, so. And let's choose low altitude airways, get an automatic flight. Little flight plan or a little route here. And recommended altitude 5,900. So we'll do, let's see, maybe 7,500. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take some notes here. SBP. So we're doing San Luis Obispo to KSBA Santa Barbara. We're going to do 6,500 feet. All right, and then we're going to make sure we start at parking. Let's choose a GA ramp here. All right, and flight conditions. Actually showing cloudy here. But real life METAR is showing broken at 25,000. Overcast at 2,500. That's in the TAF. Current is few clouds at 2,000. And then scattered at 7,000. That's okay. We can break the law a little bit. Because it's a sim, we can just go IFR if we want to. I mean, this is not meant to be used for IFR. It's meant to be used just for VFR, but that's fine. I just want to fly somewhere I'm a little more familiar with. So we'll see how bad it is when we go in. All right, I'm going to go reset ATC. It's raining memberships. Thanks again, Liam. Too nice, man. And Camilo, thanks for subbing. All right, once we get in, I'll open up Navigraph again. We'll pull up the airport information charts for San Luis Obispo. Whoa. Oh, it looks so good, though. Gotta fly with live weather. We might need to dodge some clouds here. A lot of clouds. But, you know, it's fine. If it's a little unrealistic and we're going to fly through a couple of clouds, not a big deal. It'll still serve our purposes here. All right, let's go ahead and bring it to sunrise instead. All right, I'll just get this thing fully started up. Just a quick start here to get going. Bring up Navigraph again and load in the flight plan that's in our Garmin. All right, now let's bring up San Luis Obispo Airport information here and tune into the ATIS. All right, 120.6 for the ATIS. 120.6. There we go.
Observation System Information Lima. 1921 Zulu.
All right, information Lima.
Wind calm. Visibility 10. Temperature 5. Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 018.
All right, that matches what we
Advise on
have.
course heading altitude and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima.
All right, we got information Lima.
San Luis County Regional Airport.
All right, let's go ahead to San Luis ground. So let's see, we do not have a clearance delivery, so we're going to try to pick it up from the ground controller. I think that's possible. 121.6 on ground. After ground, we're going to have tower on 124.0. It looks like that's a part-time tower, but I think it just assumes that it's active. All right, 121.6. So we're going to get flight following to Santa Barbara at 6,500 feet. And we'll see what they say. Delta says runway 29. Let's see what they give you. Rust is asking, how do you get Navigraph charts right in Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Leader Jet Tree Lima Juliet, hold short of taxiway hotel.
Turn that one down a little bit. So that's some of the chatter. Navigraph has a bunch of plugins. If you open the Navigraph Hub application, make sure you get the Navigraph Hub app. It's basically an installer for all the extra things. One of them is the in-game toolbar or in-game charts, the top toolbar version. So you can open that up. It's a little slow performing, but it's pretty good if you definitely want it, you know, here in the sim window itself. I would say if you have a tablet like an Android or an Apple, like an iPad tablet, I would use it on that instead. It's a little more realistic that way too. But also, in addition to that, you can install the G1000 plugin, the G3000 plugin. Those will make it so you can get charts right in the avionics itself, like this. I just like to pull it up here a lot of the time, but yeah, you can see I can pull it up right here as well. I just like the floating window, the convenience of it, having it in a separate window as if it's a tablet that I'm holding. All right, so we can hear a bunch more chatter now that we're at a towered airport. I'm going to actually go and turn the chatter down just a tiny bit. All right, so now let's contact ground and let's get our flight following to Santa Barbara. And I'm curious if this is going to work on the ground controller, actually. It's not technically a clearance delivery frequency. St. Louis ground, Cirrus 6063 Echo is a Cirrus SR-22 slant Golf looking to pick up flight following to Santa Barbara at 6,500 feet. All right, we're going to wait for a squawk code and things like that. They know our route because we told them Santa Barbara, we told them our altitude, and we told them we want flight following.
Cirrus 63 Echo, I'll have your clearance in just a second.
All right, so we're on standby, waiting to give us our clearance. Let's switch our autopilot over to GPS mode, put in 6,500 on our selected altitude. Put on heading mode, flight level change. Let's put in like 120 for our climb. So our VY's 103. Let's do 110.
Cirrus 63 Echo SR-22, maintain VFR at or below 6500, departure frequency 134.35, squawk 4660.
Maintain VFR at or below 6,500 feet, departure frequency 134.35, squawk 4660, Cirrus 63 Echo. All right, cool, we got it. So let's go ahead and put in our transponder code. 4660. All right, that's in. Altitude reporting mode is on.
Cirrus 63 Echo, readback correct.
Nice, readback correct. All right, cool. So we just need to contact him when we're ready to taxi. He didn't give us a runway just yet. And then departure frequency I've written down 134.35. And we're good for 6,500 for our altitude. Okay, altimeter is set, parking brake still on. Let's go ahead and call him that we're ready for taxi and see which runway he gives us. Delta says that real world is runway 29er, so we'll see what we get here from the ATC. Cirrus 63 Echo is ready to taxi with information Lima. What's up, 717 fan? All right, let's see our taxi instructions. I think like every ATC program and like the Microsoft database and stuff, usually the taxiway instructions are wrong.
Cirrus 63 Echo taxi to runway 11 via Alpha contact tower on 124.0 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 11 via Alpha tower on 124.0, Cirrus 63 Echo. All right, so we're doing runway 11. It says winds are calm, so yeah, it's giving us runway 11. It may just be the preferred departure runway for the airport in general. And it's really close to us, so it's a very short taxi here. I guess technically it would be, yeah, we would have to cross runway 11 to get to Alpha, but I know a huge challenge with ATC in general is getting the taxiway instructions, so those are just known things. All right, let's go ahead and taxi over to 11. I'll get my flaps down to our takeoff position. Yeah, the voices in this are great. I mean, after using every other ATC product for so long, it's just like so refreshing to hear a big variety in voices. All right, let's ask if we can cross runway 11. Cirrus 63 Echo would like permission to cross runway 11. I don't know how to ask for that. I know like it's not going to give me cross runway instructions right now, so I'm just kind of messing with it.
Tree Echo, cross runway 11 at Alpha, report clear of the runway.
Cross runway 11 at Alpha, we'll report when clear. Sirius 63 Echo. Alright, landing light is on. Oh, you know, so he told us to... Yeah, I guess... I don't know why I'm going all the way around, actually. This isn't necessary, right? Yeah, this is my fault. I should have just said I was holding short for takeoff, but for some reason I'm looking at the full-length departure, which includes the displaced threshold here. We got yellow... sorry, we got white arrows on it, so... Yeah. I guess maybe... It didn't say at Mike, and I don't think it would say at Mike for the departure. But I just assumed that everything is full length, including displays, so. But yeah, I probably could have just told them we were holding short for 1-1. But I need to contact the tower now since we are done with ground. Fully over here. Alright, landing light is on already. Strobe is on. Flaps are in takeoff position. Fuel is set to boost. We got our autopilot set up. We're gonna sync our heading bug. Actually, we'll just turn it to 1-1 right now. Alright, 1-1, and let's contact tower so we can get permission to take off here. 124.0. And then I'm going to put our departure frequency in standby, 134.35. 3435. There's 3435. Alright, so departure frequency is set. Alright, let's ask tower for permission now. San Luis Tower, Cessna... Correction, Sirius 63 Echo is holding short runway 11 ready for departure. Used to saying Cessna so much. Alright, parking brake is off, holding on to our brake here. And
Sirius 63 Echo winds, calm, runway 11 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 11 clear for takeoff, Sirius 63 Echo. Alright, let's go. Parking brake is off. And we're clear for takeoff. Alright, 1-1. Just changing our selected heading here to 1-1-1. There we go. Alright, so we give it full power. Let's go. And we're good to climb up to 6,500 feet. Alright, waiting for 75. There's 65, 70, 75, rotate. I think a lot of my takeoffs feel less like fast than they should be, like actually getting airborne, because I don't have the pitch trim set right. And right now you can't actually tell what the pitch trim is set to by looking at the flight stick, which is where the pitch trim indicator is shown. But this is fine for now. Alright, 500 feet. I'm bringing the flaps up right now. We're about 400 AGL.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike cleared to land runway 21.
Cleared to land runway 21, Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
I wonder if that's another player. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get autopilot on. So there's actually like...
Sirius 63 Echo,
okay,
contact departure on 134.35.
Over to departure, 134.35, Sirius 63 Echo. Alright, 134.35, over to departure. And let's see, this is Santa Barbara departure. Yeah, it should be Santa Barbara departure. Santa Barbara departure, Sirius 606, 3 Echo, 1,800 feet, climbing 6,500 feet.
Last aircraft, be advised, nobody is listening on this frequency near your position.
Oh, do I have the wrong frequency? 134.35. No, this is correct. Let me check the transcript really quickly. Yeah, 134.35. 134.35. That's weird. That is the right frequency. Well, let's try what it says here. 127.725.
Sirius 63 Echo, you are leaving my airspace. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
No, we're not doing that. Okay. Let's try 127.725 for Santa Barbara departure. Just based on the frequency in the chart here, and see if that does it. 127725. Santa Barbara departure, Cirrus 6063 Echo, 3,700 feet, climbing 6,500 feet. And they didn't tell us to fly runway heading, so I'm just going to turn to the south. We should be avoiding these clouds, but I might just break the law a little bit.
Echo, Roger, San Luis Obispo.
There we go.
Altimeter 3018.
301863 Echo.
Far altitudes.
Kind of interrupted in there by accident. I think he was saying maintain VFR altitudes. So this is definitely not VFR flying. We're just gonna break the law here because we can in the sim, but normally we would do everything to avoid these.
063 Echo, climb and maintain VFR at or below 6,500.
Climb and maintain 6,500 or below, Cirrus 63 Echo. Actually, what we should do is what we could do is turn to avoid all these clouds. So I'm going to turn to the right a bit, kind of towards our second leg, go out over the coast a little bit. And let's see if we can avoid some of these clouds. I mean, this is pretty intense. This looks like a good area to fly through, or maybe up here. Probably can't climb fast enough for this. So I think we should go out this way and try to climb higher than these clouds. Since we're in an SR-22, let's give it a ton of extra altitude. Let's go up to like 12,500 feet. Cirrus 63 Echo would like to climb to 12,500 feet to avoid clouds. All right, let's see if they'll let us go up to 12.5. I'm just gonna set it. Let's see what they say here. SR-22 stand down.
Echo, climb and maintain VFR at or below 12,500.
All right, climb and maintain VFR at or below 12,500 feet. Cirrus 63 Echo.
Delta 1531, cleared approach runway.
Sim is freezing a little bit. Looks like we're picking up a little icing too, maybe. Is that icing on the window? I don't know, I think that's just fuzzy clouds. I think we're pretty good on icing. Yes, we have fighter jet escort. Is this Schwartz? That looks like a Schwartz. All right, let's see if we can get over these clouds. This is definitely scary for VFR. Might even be able to poke a hole in through over here. This might be a good direction to fly. This looks scarier to me. Oh wow, the clouds are changing as we speak. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the left here, which is still taking us down towards our intended leg.
Cessna 172 Alpha Bravo, turn right, heading 150, descend to 2,500, report.
Yeah, Sierra says already way better than in-game. Yeah, in-game ATC. It served its purpose for a long time for me in just giving me the kind of randomization of an approach. But besides that, it's quite frustrating to use. All right, this is looking pretty good. So let's just see if we can get above these clouds in a little slightly realistic way. I mean, we could have flown over the mountains this way too to avoid these clouds over here, but you know, we'll have some fun with it. Thankfully, the SR-22 can go pretty high. I'm pretty sure the G6 can go. It's over 20,000 feet, I think. I mean, VFR we need to be below 18,000, but it's just good having a aircraft that, you know, a plane that performs so well, so we have these options to climb this high. Could also try to fly below them. Is there a stadium down there? I don't think so. What is the service ceiling? I think it's around 25,000 feet. I'm gonna go take a look in the background. SR-22 C ceiling. Oh, I'm wrong. 17,500 feet. That's for the 22T GTS. Oh no, but then Wikipedia says SR-22 turbo version, certified ceiling of 25,000 feet. So yeah, that was the GTS. So the G6, which is what this model is based on, is 25,000. And I don't know if you guys have seen like Nico's Wings, that guy Nico, who is a Cirrus pilot in real life. I've watched his channel for a long time. He's always hooking up to his oxygen system. I think is it under here maybe? This is where the caps handle is located for the parachute, but somewhere in here there's a little valve to plug a little hose into for your supplemental oxygen. All right. Scary, scary cloud. It's getting a little less scary as we get higher. I'm gonna give it a couple degree turn to the right here. Oh, that's Deuce in the Super Hornet. Way more than you thought. Yeah, I think the previously available model in Microsoft Flight Sim was based on the GTS version, which does have that ceiling of 17.5. But since they've updated it, this one has a much higher ceiling because of, I think, just the improved engine, the turbo version. It's funny, this is supposed to be VFR and it's just nothing but clouds out here. This is my excellent flight planning in full demonstration. All right, we're leveling off at 12.5. And I'm gonna go ahead and put Santa Barbara ATIS on the COM 2 already, just to make sure that we have it in there and I hear it as an indicator that we're getting close. 132.65. So I'll get that in on COM 2 over here. 132.65. I forgot to check the ATIS on the last flight a second time when we were approaching.
1302 heavy descent to 5,000. Expect RNAV approach runway 21.
All right, we should go down to 10.5.
1302 heavy.
Sirius 63 Echo would like to descend to 10,500 for clouds. All right, let's get our power setting going here. Go back to 75% again. Lean the mixture down to that little teal lean of peak icon.
Cirrus 63 Echo descend and maintain 10,500 for cloud clearance.
Descend and maintain 10,500, Sirius 63 Echo. All right, down to 10.5. We're getting a little bit in these thin clouds up here, so I want to get down a little further. Supposedly Santa Barbara was reporting VFR, so it's not looking too great right now, but we'll see what it looks like once we get closer to Santa Barbara. I mean, the clouds make it look better, so, you know, even though this is supposed to be VFR, it's a little unrealistic with all these clouds out, but at least we get the nice view and the nice lighting because of it. Crispy says, what size monitor? I have, it's a 38 inch ultra wide, but because I stream and stuff, I use it in windowed mode at 1440p. But my monitor maxes out at 1600 pixels tall. It's an LG ultra wide. Alright, there's the ATIS again. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that off. And I'll need to remember to check it once we get a little closer. Yeah, VFR on top. Yeah, this is a little scary. I don't think anybody would realistically fly anywhere near any of this if they're flying VFR, but you know, we'll let the real pilots in chat weigh in. Supposedly 20% or so of simmers are real pilots, according to the Navigraph survey at least. So 80% of us, you know, we just pretend. Rip ears. Yeah, that VHF interference is pretty loud. You like your ATIS extra crispy? Clouds are scattered. Mike says the clouds are scattered, so we're good. Yeah, lots of holes, right? We're not overcast, so overcast are broken. Way too convective for IRL, Thomas says. Yeah, these like towering clouds right here and back here. And oh my god, yeah, over here. This is terrifying. All right, we're almost on our route here. Let me go ahead and switch over to nav mode. And I'm going to turn off. I actually don't really like the HSI map here, so I'm going to turn this off. I just like the simple HSI view over here. No HSI map. All right, we're still good on this heading, it looks like, and then we'll intercept our course in front of us in a few miles. Nice. It's got us going towards a Foxy now. And then from there, we're going southeast to Santa Barbara. Let's tune into the ATIS again. Prepare your ears. Actually, let me turn it down a little bit here, and we'll see how loud it is. All right, yeah. Not too easy to listen to right now. We'll check in a few more minutes. And overall, let's see, we have 5 minutes to that waypoint, so probably another 5 minutes from there. We should actually start descending pretty soon here. So let me try to make out the ATIS and see if we can hear a preferred runway. Clearance delivery. Oh, Liam says I can turn that effect down. Well, let me do that. Settings. ATC. Oh, I see it. ATC effects. See if I disconnect and reconnect to that frequency, maybe it'll take effect for the effects volume. There we go. Alright, information Yankee. Let's see if we can hear the runway in use. Is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 1 VFR contact clearance delivery. Contact you have information Yankee. Alright, so we're not getting any active runway information, and winds are calm. Alright, we can just use runway 7, then I'm just going to pick something that's good for our approach for now, and then once we get in range of the tower, then we'll contact them and they'll assign us a runway. Runway 7 is 7 and 25, I think, is the main runway, but they also have 2 north-south facing runways, 15 left and right. So I'm going to go ahead and just select my approach for visual for 7 for now. And then we'll go ahead and get our descent going. Okay, load that in. And then I'm going to delete. This always confuses me. I don't know why this is a thing now where Santa Barbara remains as a waypoint. This might mess up our whole flight plan. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, bottom of descent already. All right, we need to start descending already. But we actually can't because we are in complete cloud coverage here. So technically, we would need to get further to the south, get out of this weather, and then find a hole to poke through. So let's wait and figure out when we can descend. This is just, this is a lot of cloud coverage right now. So we might have to fly over the airport a bit and turn around a few times to do our descent. Somewhere in the vicinity of the airport. We'll see what the clouds let us do. Delta says the ATIS on pilot edge has arriving and departing 25, 15 right, 15 left.
Charlie Bravo, turn left, heading 120, cleared ILS 6.
Left 120, cleared ILS 6.
Definitely didn't pick VFR conditions, which is a little weird because it's a little bit weird because VFR was reported at Santa Barbara on SkyVector, so you know, either the clouds are going to end right up here or it's inaccurate compared to what we're getting in the sim. Oops, fuel imbalance again, and I have my boost on again. Check our mixture. Mixture's still good. Give it a little bit more power. All right, we'll see if we have a chance. And it was reporting 10 miles of visibility. I didn't hear the clouds though. We should listen again for the clouds here.
CK all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 13 2.9 or advise on initial contact. You have information Yankee.
Crispy
Santa
asks,
Barbara
oh sorry, let me hear this real quick.
Automated surface observation system information Yankee.
Oh, it's an ASOS, not an ATIS.
1941 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Temperature 4. Dew point 12. Altimeter tree 018. Advise on course heading altitude and if flight.
Alright, yeah, it just says wind
requested.
calm.
Read back all runway and hold short.
So that's weird. Shouldn't it be an ATIS? Oh, it says ASOS when tower is in op. So it looks like we're getting an ASOS instead of an ATIS. But Delta said that the pilot edge ATIS is giving us runways 25 and 15 right and left. So we'll just set up for 25 instead. Go ahead down here and go to proc. The tower will also assign us a runway once we get in touch with them. But let's go ahead and change over to 25. Let's do visual 25 because allegedly it's VFR conditions down there. Load. All right, top of a descent in 1 minute and 20 seconds, but unable to do that with these crazy clouds here. Captain Will says VFR is more visibility based. You can have a lot of clouds as long as you can see 3 nautical miles. It's considered VFR. I just know that right now I can't descend until we get past these clouds, right? So, oh, the ATIS and ASOS is. Liam says ATIS and ASOS timing is based on real-world times at the airport. So that means in this case, what the chart said is that ATIS is only available when the tower's in operation. So right now in California, it's almost 7 p.m. So yeah, if that's true, then that means that the tower and the ATIS are offline because of this.
Maintain 4,000 cleared to direct Cobham join 27 localizer.
Yeah, it says we'll see if we get the tower though. I don't know. It would be nice to have the tower on the approach so we can hear the tower frequency. And I wonder if is it based on the simulator time? Like if I pull back the simulator time like I did to the morning? Maybe not since we're not getting the ATIS, so. All right, if we look at Santa Barbara, there is Charlie airspace, 1,500 to 4,000 feet. So we can't go down to 4,000 feet. We can't go in these bounds here, or between 1,500 and 4,000 feet until we establish communication with Santa Barbara. But right now we're clear of that, up at 10,500 still. Looks like we might be a hole to pop down through over here. It's not a very big hole though. I think our best bet is going to be to go east of the airport, over the water, and then turn around there. Gotten ourselves into a little bit of a pickle here. Not surprising. So we could fly over the water, try to find a hole in the clouds to pop down under, get clear of and under those clouds, and then, of course, stay out of the Charlie airspace until we get permission from the tower, assuming they're online. Yeah, we do have it's clearing up a bit here. Yeah, it looks like it's getting clear right after this. So we can probably descend right over the water. So to be safe, we shouldn't go below 4,000 feet yet, just to make sure we don't bust the Charlie airspace before we talk to the tower.
American 1289 are cleared visual approach.
And it looks like we have some, yeah, restricted airspace.
Or greater till advised.
Cleared visual 36 right. 190 or greater American 1289.
So we just want to make sure that we're not going too far south either. You can check the sectionals. Yeah, so down here we have... Not sure the difference in a warning airspace. If this is fully restricted or not. Anyway, we're not going to make our way down that far south. So we just need to make sure that we stay clear of the Class Charlie here at Santa Barbara.
UPS 1302 heavy descent to 5,000. Expect
Before I
RNAV
forget,
approach
congrats
runway
on completing the Coast to Coast flight.
Thanks, Raccoon. Yeah, the Coast to Coast flight was awesome. Thanks again to all you guys that flew along the whole time. I mean, we did 15 streams throughout all of December. Went coast to coast, 5,200 miles. That was a lot of fun. I had a really good time doing it. We saw some good stuff. We had some silly moments, especially with emergency landing song time. So, yeah, thanks to you guys for flying along that whole time. That was great. Thanks, Raccoon. Liam says the towers never shut down. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're getting the clouds are looking quite a bit better over here. I don't want to risk getting too close to these, so I think we're going to wait a little bit till we're over the ocean. Then we'll do our descent over the ocean over here, circle around a bit if we have to, get in touch with the tower. We're going to need to tell the approach controller that we want to start our VFR descent. But we are going to overfly the airport right now. I'm going to go ahead and just switch our heading mode straight ahead. So we're able to activate this approach when we're ready, but we're just going to fly a little down to the south here. Look for a hole to poke our head through. Looks like right here in front of us, unless the sun is deceiving me, it looks like this is all clear here. Thomas says VFR also requires minimum ceiling of 3,000 AGL up to the pilot. Yeah, luckily our like personal minimums are probably much more lax when we play the simulator. Yeah, there's a lot of VFR I need to relearn because I haven't done it in so long. Flying IFR is just so much less involved. You know, you have your pre-approved route, you're cleared through all airspace thanks to ATC. You don't really have to worry about anything except listening for instructions. So IFR to me is much easier to fly, like, you know, at least at a basic level in the sim with VATSIM and stuff like that. All right, looking much more clear here. Now let's see where the airport is, right below us. All right, there's the runway right there. You can see 25 and 7 is right there through that cloud. All right, let's start our descent. So I want to go down. I want to make sure I don't bust the Charlie, so we're going to go down to, let's do 4,500 feet. And then we'll let ATC know we want to start our VFR descent. Cirrus 6063 Echo would like to start our VFR descent down to 4,500 feet. I don't even know if that's a proper phraseology. All right, much more clear here. Oh, Liam says that's why Brian, he's the developer for the software. That's why he focused on VFR first. IFR working inside of a week.
Echo, descend and maintain VFR at 4,500.
Descend and maintain VFR 4,500 feet, Cirrus 63 Echo. All right, start our descent here. We got clear skies ahead at least. And I've switched over to heading mode just to make sure that we are not turning where we don't expect to. Not yet, not until we're ready to land at the runway 25 probably. We'll see what the tower says. Speaking of the tower, let's get the tower frequency in now. All right, tower is right here, 119er7. So I'll get that set up in COM 1. 119er7. All right, that's all good. Will ATC bust you for popping airspace? I don't think I've done it yet. Captain Will's your VFR. You don't need to talk to ATC to change altitudes. Wasn't I speaking with approach? I was talking to approach, but I have not talked to the tower yet. I believe I have to talk to the tower before I can actually get, before I'm able to go into the Charlie. Yeah, is it just like a courtesy thing to let them know that you're descending out of your assigned altitude? All right, let's descend a little bit faster here. Let's go down to 1,000 feet per minute. Got quite a ways to drop. All right, 9,200 feet. Let me listen to the ATIS again, make sure we have, make sure Yankee is current.
Santa Barbara Municipal Airport Automated Surface Observation System Information Yankee.
Alright, Yankee is still current. Turn COM 2 back off. Alright, 9,000 feet. Just slow us down a bit more just because we don't really need to get super far away from the Santa Barbara airport. We'll just go ahead and slow down so we don't have as far to backtrack.
Climb to 5,500 contact center on 124.7.
Climbing to 5,500.
So I think there's some like, I don't know if I've ever heard it, but supposedly if someone's near the airspace with you and they are using SayIntentions, you'll hear their calls. You'll hear the replies to them from ATC to another real aircraft that's using SayIntentions. Thomas says you aren't required to get clearance to enter warning areas. Oh, okay, but it's not recommended. Without flight following VFR, you would not announce altitude changes. Okay. Oh, without flight following. Right. But with flight following, it is expected, right? Crispy says didn't catch you. It said 1600. Yeah, so I have an ultra wide and the resolution vertically is 1600 pixels. It's like an LG ultra wide, like ultra gear ultra wide. I think it's a 38 inch that I probably got it like 3 or 4 years ago now, something like that. So yeah, it doesn't run like a 4K kind of resolution. It's only 1600 tall, but I play in windowed mode at 1440p, really just for the sake of streaming. I have a bunch of stuff on the sides, you know, like chat and things like that. So, all right, so we are getting pretty clear of these clouds. We are at 7,200 feet. I think we can go down a bit faster. I'm just going to go down. Our airspeed looks pretty healthy. Let's go 1,300 feet per minute just to save a little time. And it says contact Santa Barbara approach within 20 nautical miles on 125.4, but we're already with an approach controller. Actually, we're already with Santa Barbara approach, I believe. We're with SoCal approach, it says, so. All right, how far away are we from the airport now? 14 miles-ish. If we pull out our range here, we can just use our range ring. So yeah, we're about 15 nautical miles from the airport itself on this ring right here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn a little more inland, just kind of follow the coast. And just looking at airspace, we're good. The only other airspace down the coast really is this delta for Oxnard, but that's at 2,000 feet. So we're good over the ocean right here to just turn around. All right, 5,800. All right, so I'm going to turn around and we'll get in touch with Santa Barbara Tower. We're going to tell them that we have the airport in sight.
Maintain 2,000. Delta 1221, 2,000.
So we just need to make sure we don't bust that airspace. But we're at 4,500 to make sure we're just above it. And then I'm going to go and activate our approach now just to see what our vertical speed requirement is to get down for our descent. FPL, top of descent in 1.5 minutes. All right, I'm gonna get back into nav mode so it'll follow that flight plan there that we have for the visual approach into 2.5. And we're hoping to get 2.5. Now I mean, normally at this point I would expect the controller to pass us off, but I think I kind of have to prompt it and tell him that we have the airport in sight. We don't technically have it in sight because of this cloud right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and cheat just because we're supposed to be fully VFR. I guess I could go down to 4,000 feet so I can get a visual of it. Just gonna say that we have it in sight. Switch over to tower. Cirrus 63 Echo has Santa Barbara Airport in sight. I could actually just tell him to cancel flight following, I think would just be another way to do it. That's probably the preferred way to do it, right? Instead of expecting an actual handoff. And we have the tower frequency set.
Echo, Roger.
Sirius 63 Echo would like to cancel flight following. Alright, strobe is on, landing light is on, mixture is rich now.
63 Echo Roger, radar services terminated, squawk VFR, change approved.
Squawk VFR, Sirius 63 Echo. Alright, let's go here, VFR. Let's go ahead and contact the tower. 119.7, and we are about... That's 15 nautical miles. Yeah, we're about 15 miles away. Santa Barbara Tower, Sirius 6063 Echo is 15 miles to the southeast. Request full stop landing. Alright, we do have these clouds in front of us, which is bad. Go ahead and go down a bit. We're a few miles out from the Class Charlie airspace right here.
Sirius 63 Echo, enter left downwind, runway 25.
We should enter a left base, but enter left downwind, runway 25, Sirius 63 Echo. So based on our position, really we should be... I would expect them to have us do like a straight in or enter left base for runway 25, but that's fine. We'll just respond to them and then we'll get down. Airport elevation. Where's the airport elevation on this chart? Is that at 14 feet? Go ahead and just look at the... I think it's 14. 13 feet. Alright, left downwind for runway 25. I mean, based on our position, it's kind of weird. If I told them I'm to the southeast... If I was to the south or the southwest, I would expect like a left downwind, but... When we're to the southeast,
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
wouldn't it make more sense for us to enter straight in or enter a left base for 25?
270 contacting departure, Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Alright, we're going to descend down to 2,500 feet. Actually, we're going to descend down to about 1,100 feet for our pattern altitude. Oh no, 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 no. I can't do it. The song is on, but I can't do it, guys. I can't do it. This is supposed to be my cue to do a power, just pull the mixture and do an emergency landing, but we can't do it today. I'm calling a mulligan. I'm calling a do-over. We're not doing this right now. I have to show the ATC. I'll make it up to you guys. I'll make it up to you guys. I want to finish the flight. No, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Call a Mayday. Call a Mayday.
Sirius 63 Echo, enter left downwind, runway 25, report midfield downwind.
Maybe we should enter. Liam really wants me to call a Mayday. We're gonna land on the beach. I don't want to have to take off. I want to finish the flight. I want to finish the flight. I am curious what happens when you call a Mayday. Oh my god, you guys are peer pressuring me into calling Mayday. Alright, we'll do it. I'll play the song. I'm pulling the mixture.
Bonanza 64 Foxtrot Alpha.
Santa Barbara Tower, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Sirius 63 Echo has lost engine power. We're aiming for the beach at Santa Barbara. Help us, please. Alright, alright. What's our best glide speed in this? I think it's like 80? 85? I think it's probably like 85. Alright, we see the beach down here. Oh my god. This is not what this stream is supposed to be about. But this song, whenever this song plays out of my playlist of over 125 songs.
Sirius 63 Echo, Roger Mayday, squawk 7700, not radar contact, aim for the beach and advise when on the ground or if assistance is needed.
Squawk 7700? What is it? I've never squawked emergency before. Oh no. 7700. Sirius 63 Echo's lining up with the beach in front of us. We're about 15, 16 miles to the east of Santa Barbara Airport. 63 Echo. Oh, can I feather the prop in this? I don't think I can. Oh no. Alright, I'm getting a notch of flaps out. Our best glide speed looks like it's a little over 90. There's a huge section of beach here, and there's a freeway to the left. Yeah, 7700's emergency. I can't say that I've actually used
Sierra
it before.
6-3 Echo report left base for runway 25.
Negative. Mayday. Emergency aircraft 6-3 Echo cannot make the base. Turd. We're going on the beach. All right, let me get my full flaps out here. Oh no, I hope this beach is long enough. I'm gonna slip it a little bit so we can slow down a little. Oh, we're good, we're good. Birds, we got birds. All right, 90 knots, 90 knots. Oh no, we're gonna hit so hard. We're gonna hit hard. Oh, oh, this isn't bad. We should be stalling. Oh, 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 it's rough, it's rough. It's really rough. Oh, yes, we're good. Yes, we made it. Santa Barbara Tower, 6-3 Echo has landed on the beach. Please send emergency vehicles. Oh no. You guys, the peer pressure is ridiculous. Come on, I didn't want to do the Mayday. Chris, thanks for the 5 gifted, dude. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. American
Sierra
made it
6-3
down.
Echo understood. Emergency services are on the way. Remain calm and stay on this frequency.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, thanks a lot. We're so scared here. Nobody's injured, but we're just shook up. We want to make sure that nobody's hurt. Thanks for helping us out. We'll remain on this frequency. Sirius 6-3 Echo. Oh, and can you please bring us some coffee? Chat is good. I love that song. No, it's the worst song ever. Delta says, I gave you a mulligan option up above. So much for a tutorial. Santa Barbara, another plane is crash landed in front of us on the beach. We're going to crash landed in front of us on the beach. We're going to need some more emergency vehicles. 6-3 Echo. What are these, like giant cacti or something? What's going on here? In Flight Sim, you can totally take off from here. Yeah, we'll take off. We'll resume our flight. We'll let them know that we've departed from the beach, and we'll see if they give us another instruction for runway 25.
Sierra 6-3 Echo understood. Additional emergency services are being dispatched to your location. Keep the area clear for their arrival.
That's amazing. Sirius 6-3 Echo, we would love a big carafe of coffee if you could bring it as well. Please advise. All right, I'm just kind of messing with the ATC now. You guys are making me ask it silly questions. So we'll get it restarted, and we will. I mean, this is the power of, like, you know, AI powered ATC is. It can do this kind of stuff on a whim, you know, with no prior, like.
Sierra 6-3 Echo. Understood. We'll take care of you once the situation is secure. Keep the area clear for emergency services.
They said they'll take care of us. I asked if they could bring coffee. They said they'll take care of us. Really appreciate that. Thanks,
Well
Sierra
done,
6-3 Echo.
Smiley face.
Tolsto on Twitch chat says, how did you make this ATC? I did not make it. It's called SayIntentions.AI, and it's linked in the video description on YouTube, but I'll paste it for you in the Twitch chat real quick, Tolsto. But yeah, it's planned for initial release on the 15th. But you need to have a... you need to just sign up for the wait list, because they're going to do like a slow rollout or something like that. I'll put the link in the YouTube chat as well. Big Sierra, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, dude. Well done. And David, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. All right, let's tell them that we're going to depart from the beach and see what they do here. Let's put mixture back in. Go ahead and do a quick start. Get the flaps up to takeoff position. Strobe, landing, pitot, and pump are all on. I have to hit boost pump here, actually. All right, boost is on, and parking brake is on. All right. Santa Barbara Tower, Sirius 6-3 Echo is departing the beach 15 miles to the southeast, and we will be coming in for a full stop landing at Santa Barbara. 6-3 Echo. I should actually request it, but you know. Oh God, Josh, thanks so much, man. Thanks for the 5 more gifted memberships, dude. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's do our takeoff here. This could go very poorly, mattering if there's little rocks and stuff here. This could be... there looks like a porta potty or some sort of lifeguard tower here in front of us.
6-3 Echo clear to land runway 7.
Runway 7? Okay, okay. All right, we're good. All right, clear to land runway 7, Sirius 6-3 Echo. All right, let's watch that airspeed. Get out over the water. Just in case we have another in-flight emergency here. Dude, Josh, thanks so much, dude. All right, flaps up, and let's make our way, again, make our way over to Santa Barbara. It said to land on runway 7, though. I'm going to give it another call just to kind of see if it reacts differently when we say we're 10 miles southeast, 10 miles to the east. Santa Barbara Tower, Sirius 6063 Echo is 10 miles to the east with information Yankee, request full stop landing. All right, just kind of want to reset it a little bit because it's probably very confused after the Mayday call. It's too fun. All right, so we see 25. 25 is going to be right in front of us. That was supposed to be our preferred runway from before, so we'll see what it says. That is too funny that it handled the emergency.
Sirius 6-3 Echo, enter left base, runway 07, report 3 miles.
Left base, runway 07. All right, enter left base for runway 37, and we'll report 3 mile final, Sirius 6-3 Echo. All right, so left base is a little weird for 7. I guess we need to overfly the airport. So we'll overfly it at about 2,000 feet here.
Bonanza 64
and we'll just go into left downwind for 07. So 07 is the opposite direction that we're facing. Go ahead and get my heading bug swung around to 070 as a little reference.
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo, Charlie traffic is a Cessna on a 2 mile final caution wake turbulence.
Acknowledge Diamond Tree 71 Bravo,
Bring Charlie. Our power setting back here, try to level off at about 2,000 feet or 2,500 feet should be good to overfly the field. And we have communication with them, so we're good to enter the airspace. 07 is on the opposite side, so the threshold's over here. Left base, we're going to be in the downwind first, I guess. Left downwind, left base, left final for runway 7. Too high as usual. Let me bring it down a little bit here, 2,500 feet or 2,000 feet. I think when you overfly a field, you're supposed to be, what, a good 500 to 1,000 feet above the pattern altitude. Not too well versed in that stuff, so I'm sure somebody here will correct me. But yeah, I believe you're supposed to be like at least 500, sometimes 1,000 feet above pattern altitude. I'm at 2,700. And I think actually we would have like swung out this direction, right? Entered the downwind on a 45. I have to review all of my VFR stuff just because, yeah, the rules are not fresh in my mind after so much IFR flying. So I think generally you're supposed to enter the downwind on a 45 degree, not overflying the airport, but I think there is some circumstances where you can overfly the field and then enter the downwind, but I don't know, that's probably not as standard. Straight into the mountains, left turn for base. All right, we're at 2,500. I'm gonna try to get down to 2,000. Actually, we should be down to about 1,000 for the downwind. We're pretty much at sea level here, so about 1,000 feet for pattern altitude. Josh is down there waiting for us. I also see a hot pink livery plane on the ground. It's one of my favorite bugs, the hot pink livery bug. It's really high visibility. Request 25. I'm just gonna I'll just swing it around, it's fine. I'm a good boy listening to ATC. Yeah, with all the terrain here to the north of the airport, it seems kind of weird to do left traffic for runway 7. I wonder if it is left traffic. Oh, no, it's not. It's right. It says it right there on the sectional. RP7, right pattern for runway 7. 3-3 left and 3-3 right. So it should be enter right base. So we should be doing right turns for runway 7, which makes sense given the terrain. Overfly and then teardrop at a 45 into the downwind. Yeah, it looks like we should have been on right pattern for this, but this is fine. We'll just do this. Delta says I was teasing about the mountains. I think your pattern would have been much tighter. Yeah, it's just supposed to be over the water, I guess, so this is fine. We will chill. Still got the runway in sight over there. We'll extend it just a little bit. Need to lose some altitude. We're at 1,600. We need to be below 1,000. Get that first notch of flaps down. All right, they said to report 3 mile final. We are 3 miles away from the airport right now. Actually, we're 3 miles away from runway 25. Cirrus 63 Echo is on left base for runway 7, 3 miles. This is a gigantic runway as well. Tower is not responding to me. Santa Barbara Tower, Cessna, correction, Cirrus 63 Echo, 3 mile final for runway 7. As usual, I'm high. Yeah, we're at 1,200 feet. We should be at like 700 feet right now, probably 600 feet. Let's see if she replies to us. Stop talking to me. It doesn't like me anymore.
Mooney 924 Foxtrot Delta, cleared to land runway tree 1.
Cleared to land runway tree 1, Mooney 924 Foxtrot
It's giving priority to the Mooney. Cirrus 63 Echo is on short final runway 7.
500.
All right, flaps are all the way out. Give us clear to land. It's just not replying to any of my
Cirrus 63 Echo cleared to land runway 7, wind calm.
Clear to land runway 7, Cirrus 63 Echo. Alright, wind calm is right. That was some really calm wind. Alright, let's get clear of the runway. I don't know if we would actually turn off the runway here or not. Yeah, that doesn't look like a turn off, right? We would go further down here. Turn off to the left, probably. Let's bring up the airport chart. Airport diagram, as it were. I guess we could turn off at Mike. And GA parking's in the northeast here, so I'm curious to see if it's going to give us crossing instructions for 1-5 right and 1-5 left. And we're going to need to contact ground. Whoops. as I get distracted looking at the chart. 121.7 for ground. All right, 0.7. There we go. Switch over to that. Flaps up. Parking brake on. Strobes and landing lights off. Taxi light on. All right. Santa Barbara ground. Cirrus 63 Echo is clear of runway 7 at Mike. Request taxi to parking. Curious if it'll give us 15 left and right cross instructions, so let's see what it does. If it doesn't, I'll just, I don't know, maybe I'll contact, I'll just ask them if we can cross.
Cirrus 63 Echo taxi to parking via Mike cross runway 15. Right at Mike then.
Oh, got that. All right, taxi to parking via Mike, cross runway 15 right. And can we cross runway 15 left as well? Cirrus 63 Echo. I'm actually surprised it gave cross runway 15 right. I think like the most challenging thing from what I've read on the Discord is like, yeah, doing proper taxi instructions seems like one of the biggest challenges. All right, you said cross runway 15 right. Go landing light on. Ground Cirrus 63 Echo would like to cross runway 15 left as well, if possible. All right. Nothing going on.
Cirrus 63 Echo cross runway 15 left at Mike.
Cross runway 15 left, Cirrus 63 Echo. All right, it said cross at Mike. I think this is at Charlie, but yeah. I think the final frontier for any ATC is going to be accurate taxiways and cross instructions. It's pretty crazy. All right, I know signature is right down here on the left. Or we can just park wherever we want. But I have the custom airport scenery, so I want to look at it, okay? Close Navigraph. We're breaking the speed limit here on the ground a little bit. Oh, what's up, guys? Delta's along here with us. American Wreck. I see Josh out there, too. Lulich. Who's this right next to me? Oh, I see Cyber out there, too. What's up, boys? Who's this right next to me? Oh, it's Woo. All right, we made it to Santa Barbara. We're supposed to ask ATC for restaurant recommendations or something. I think somebody did that earlier. Santa Barbara ground, do you have any recommendations for bars or restaurants at Santa Barbara? Thanks. 63 Echo. Meanwhile, the emergency crews are on the beach with a pot of coffee. We should go back. We need to go back. All right, let's get... Oh, whoops, I just shut it down. Whoops.
Cirrus 63 Echo cross runway 15 left at Mike taxi to parking. Enjoy your stay in Santa Barbara. For local recommendations, the terminal has visitor information.
That's awesome.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, proceed to the cargo ramp.
That's so
via
cool. It just
taxiway
says to
Lima
visit the
contact
terminal
ground on
for restaurant
121.9.
information.
Proceeding to the cargo ramp via Lima. Contacting
That's awesome.
ground on 121.9 Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Good stuff. All right, let's shut this guy down. Battery and everything off. All right, another flight in the books. There we go, battery off. That was rad. All right, well, that was an unexpected Mayday emergency landing, and I'd say the ATC handled it pretty well. That was rad. All right, guys. It's been about 2 hours of streaming. I'm going to call it an early night tonight. I appreciate you guys watching as usual. Guys, thanks so much for all the gifted memberships and everything. I really appreciate it. Josh and Chris And Liam with all the gifted memberships to people. Raccoon, Sierra, and David, thanks for the super chats as well, guys. Really appreciate that. And I'm going to do more of this on Thursday. Do the normal stream, normal time, 5:30 Pacific time on Thursday. And we'll do more SayIntentions.AI. I don't know. I would call that pretty successful. I think that the first flight wasn't really a good test scenario because it was just CTAF to CTAF, 2 untowered airports. But I think we saw a lot more when we started at a towered airport. That was awesome. We dodged some clouds. We got an emergency landing song. They said they'd take care of us with coffee on the beach. Pretty hilarious. So I put a link in the YouTube description to the website if you guys want to sign up for the wait list. They said that their release date is going to be January 15th. And they're expecting it to be like a $15 or $25, I think, a month subscription is what they said on Discord. So, and that's mainly just because AI is expensive. So, but they did also mention there'll be some sort of free trial. So anyway, it sounds like, yeah, if you want to get on the list for when it releases and they slowly trickle it out to everybody, then just go to the website. It's linked in the description. You can sign up there. But I'll put a link in the chat as well to it, and we'll play around with it some more on Thursday so you guys can see it in action again. All right, guys, thanks again for all the support, all the memberships and stuff. Really appreciate it. And oh, Liam says it'll be a small free area. So yeah, okay, so like a dedicated free zone. Awesome. But we'll do more of this on Thursday. Do some more VFR flying with the AI ATC. And I'll see you guys then. And if you want to chat up until then, link to the Discords in the video description as well. All right, guys, take it easy. Fun stuff. I'm going to go eat some dinner, and I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good night or a good day. Stay safe and all that. Have fun simming, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.